Hello guys, it's Andrea. I'm back with another video. So of course I've spoken way too soon. I should have known I shouldn't have said anything. My sister's back home. I'm okay with it because, you know, we don't share the same room. So I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but I still want to be extremely quiet tonight, as I had planned anyways. But let me just say, I will still hopefully upload that video tonight. If not tonight, then I will tomorrow, during the day. I know you guys can probably hear my music. Ignore it. Act like it's not there. I'll even turn it down even more. Today's Wednesday, right? Yeah. So today is the last day of school for me for 2 weeks, so I go back to school on Thursday the 5th. Oh, I can't see that far. I'll check real quick. Yeah, Thursday the 5th. Okay, so yeah, of course we go back to school Thursday the 5th. I really want a cookie. I really want a cookie. Maybe I'll go have me one. So yeah, that's what's gonna happen, is I'm gonna go have myself a cookie, I think. So don't let me forget, you guys have to leave comments and message me on everything. Remind me to read over break, because I'm really bad about forgetting to read sometimes, and I really need to read these books. Like really, really importantly, I need to read some books over break. I actually got a quite interesting book. I don't know if I showed you guys this book or not. It's called The Lovely Bones. I started reading it today at school. That was weird. That was really weird. Because I had finished this book. I probably should read a different book that I've already started. Well, actually no, because I had started this one over summer break during the summer, and I just never even finished it. But I did finish this book today, and I think my teacher's going to be mad because I kind of finished the book. But that's okay. So I have to take this quiz as soon as I get back from break, so don't let me forget what this book was about. Remind me. Be like, you have to go through, just skim some of the book or read the back of the book every now and then. You know, you have to leave comments down below. Inbox me on everything if you have to, you know, until I reply, you know, just telling me, you know, you gotta read this book's very important, you gotta take this quiz, and then don't let me forget, this is called Dog Whisperer. At the top is Dog Whisperer, The Rescue. Well, The Rescue. Yeah, don't let me forget what it's about. Let me just go ahead and tell you what it's about, so that if I do forget and I say, yeah, I forgot what it's about, just remind me, go back to this video and remind me that it's about this girl. Her name is Emily. At the beginning of the book, she's having dreams about drowning. So basically, I'm just going to read the back of the book just from my memory, because this is basically jogging my memory. So, yeah, not really. It says, Emily has dreams of drowning. Ignore that sound once again today. Okay. It says, Emily has dreams of drowning. Night after night, she's being sucked under until the third night. She realizes it's not a dream. It's really happening to someone or something on the rocky shore outside her house. Emily finds a large dog. He's barely alive, but she's determined to save him. She can feel his pain and is determined to live. And his determination to live. The dog is brought to the vet with Emily's help. He starts to improve. But the bond between the girl and her dog, something more. She can see what he sees, feels what he feels, and Zach seems to be able to read her mind too. Is it possible that together Emily and Zach can do more than read each other's minds? Can they put their powers to helping other people? Let me just say, I'm gonna probably spoil this book just so that you guys can help me, jog my memory just a little bit, if I need your help. Zach's real name is Rocky. I find that out in, I think it's chapter 22. He does have owners. At the beginning of the book, she finds him. She's like, oh, he has to have a name just in case he does die, because he had so many injuries, he wasn't okay. They really felt like he was going to die. He had so many tests. He had so many treatments done to him. And then finally, every time Emily was there, his breathing would go back to normal. He'd be okay, and stuff like that. He'd seem to have a pretty good tension with her. Not tension, but okay. Anyways, he seemed to be doing better, a lot better, when she was there with him. Just stuff like that. And then, the doctor said, he's not improving unless you're here. We really need you to stay, from the time that you wake up to the time right before you go to bed till, closing time. But in between, he had enough time to improve a lot. And then one day he did stop breathing several times throughout the day, and she said, if something does happen to him, he needs to have a name just because I don't know his name. So she gave him the name Zach. And then towards the end of the book, I'm going to skip a lot, but towards the end of the book, Emily's mom their house gets a phone call. Emily is adopted, guys, just so you know. So she's an African American. She's an African American, which I think is pretty cool. I really enjoy reading books like this. Yeah, of course she's an African American, which is, I really do enjoy reading books about life of an African American, knowing I'm American or white. I like reading books about them, which kind of seems kind of weird because most Americans are like, or white people are like, oh my gosh, I do not want to read this book because it's about an African American. Guys, no matter how difficult you guys think of it, this girl, this book is really good. Anyway, so she's adopted and she's living with white parents. Her parents are white, whatever, And then they get a phone call. The house gets a phone call, and Emily's mom is just sitting over there doing bills, looking through bills and stuff. And then Emily said, I'll answer it. She goes over, picks up the phone, and it's Dr. K. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but they call him Dr. K because most people can't pronounce his name. And Dr. K says, can I talk to your mother? She said, is everything okay? Let me guess it's about Zach's test. Let me guess you found something wrong with Zach on his test. And he said, no, I'm afraid that I need to talk to Mom. I don't know how to tell you because she's really young, people out of the household don't know how to tell kids, that's how my family was telling me about my dad and stuff. Anyways, she just said, tell me, I want to know, I want to be the first one to know. He said, okay, well, Zach's owners have called and said, we finally found Zach's owners and all this stuff. And she said, no, you haven't, I am his owner, and stuff like that. And then Emily drops the phone and says, Mom, you take care of it, whatever, blah blah blah. And then they're talking and they said that tomorrow we'll go, we have to drop him off. Yeah, well, Zach wanted to leave an hour early. They thought that he was really excited to meet his owners again, spend time with them. No, it was because he was anticipated. He was mad. People were mad then, and he could just feel it, sense it, and everything. And he wanted to get there, and he wanted to fix this. And finally, she got to keep the dog. So yeah, ended it happily, and don't let me forget that. So, out of randomness, just Snapchat me or message me on Messenger, DM me on Instagram and Twitter. Do whatever you got to keep me to keep me informed of this book. And if you read this book, please read it. Please, please. I know I'm not I'm not normal because I like reading, but I don't really like reading. I just really enjoyed this book. So please, please read this book. It is called Dog Whisperer: The Rescue. So basically, just search The Rescue, I think, or just look for Rescue. Anyways, it's a really good book. You should really read it. But yeah, so yeah, I kind of spoke way too fast. I hope you guys understood that. Anyways, I spoke way too soon. My sister's home again. I'll say that again. But that doesn't matter because it's okay for her to be home. Even though that means I have to be even quieter tonight, so you're gonna have to like have your earbuds on all the way up, you know, or your volume all the way up, or whatever. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys really, really enjoyed this video. Bye. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. Bye, guys. Have a great evening. Bye.